I won't talk about dicks anymore. Or being stiff. I won't say anything about it anymore. Moto dork. Howdy, folks. Feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. You want to know why? I got my leather jacket and leather pants. Oh, you know, I'm feeling fly, as they said in the 80s. And I got my leather jacket. You know, fairly new gloves. I've had these gloves for a little while. Not long. Got my new pants. And of course my CD Roar boots, which are really getting broken in now and feeling a lot better. Boy, they were really stiff. And to be honest with you, that's not something that the Moto Dork really usually says about himself. if I'm being completely honest. So yeah. We have had, what's this? What's this? We have had some really cold weather. We had snow a few days ago. If you can believe that, and why wouldn't you? Because I would never lie to you. We had snow. But today, it's Saturday, and it's in the mid-50s. Feels fantastic. Feels fantastic. In fact, right now, I'm kind of regretting putting the thermal liner in this leather jacket, because I think it would have been just fine without it, and because I'm kind of sweaty. I mean, I'm already fat and hairy, and now I'm kind of sweaty, and I've only been on the bike for about 5 minutes, so yeah, kind of regretting it. And you could say. And the collar of this jacket is very stiff. It's just something else that's stiff. That's not me. And the jacket is kind of stiff in the collar, and it's kind of hard for me to raise my head up. I'm sure that'll break in eventually too. This is only the second time I've worn this jacket. I put it on a few days ago when it was like in the 30s, and I went for a short ride, but my fingers got really cold. So I didn't ride very long, because I'm a, well, you know. So, but today, perfection. Like Michael Fassbender says, perfection. It's a beautiful day. Almost perfect temperature. Almost. If it's in the 60s. And then I certainly wouldn't have put this liner in, because you know, my last jacket I had was a textile jacket, and it was mesh, so air goes right through it. And I'm not used to leather. I've never worn leather before on my bike, ever. You know. So I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I can probably go. They're going really slow. Gave that guy the wave. Some of you might not understand why I wave at other motorcyclists. I'm required to by law. You know? I found that out when I got this bike 5 years ago. You know, I passed a motorcyclist. I didn't wave at him because I didn't know. And then he stopped me and he said, "Listen, buddy, I waved at you. You're required to wave at me." No, that didn't happen. But it is a thing that motorcyclists do. And since I'm on a motorcycle, I might as well comply, right? Might as well. I mean, why not? I don't want to be a dick. This video is already kind of blue. I'm using lots of adult terms. I don't normally do that. If any of you 3 viewers are offended, I apologize. I won't talk about dicks anymore. Or being stiff. I won't say anything about it anymore. Such a beautiful day. Sun shining. Temperature's almost just right. All the snow's gone, which is great. Anyway, the wave, yeah, it's just something that motorcyclists do. They just kind of do this thing like this, or they do this thing, or they you know, like this, or whatever they want to do. It's usually like down like this. They point down like that. I don't know why. I don't know how it ever started, but everybody does it. So I do it too. I'm not really a conformist. I've always fancied myself a non-conformist in many ways, but you know, I'll conform to that because it makes me feel like I'm part of a group. I'm part of a family, you know, and I like that. I like feeling like I'm part of a family. Yep. Yeah, I shouldn't have worn this liner. Mistake. Big mistake. But I can imagine, you know, this leather plus the liner could keep me warm even in 30-degree weather. And typically my cutoff is 39 degrees. But like I said, I took this bike out last week, one day when it was in the mid-30s. And my dainty little fingers got really cold and I had to come in. You know, sometimes if I give the wave to anybody on a sport bike or, you know, a Japanese bike or a European bike, I always get a wave in return, always. But if I give the wave to somebody on a cruiser like a Harley or a, you know, like a V-Star or whatever, I would say 8 times out of 10 I get a wave back, and that's cool. But every now and then I don't. I don't know why. Those guys on the Harleys, some of them, they just, I don't know. I mean, we're all out here on 2 wheels together. You know, we're all brothers, you know. So, you know, come on. Wave to me. Come on, guys, wave at me. It'd make me happy. Yep. I don't even know where I'm going right now. I just wanted to get out, enjoy this weather, because it's gorgeous. And like, today is the first day I have seen our local star in days. And it's nice to see it. It's nice to know it's still out there, heating the Earth's crust, giving life to flora and fauna, for that matter. I mean, come on, let's just be honest. There's no car. But it's been a long week. I needed to get out because there's something about this bike, and I guess, and again, I've said this before, but you know, if you've never ridden, you know, even a scooter, if you've never even ridden a scooter, much less a motorcycle, I really don't think you would understand. And I never understood. I mean, I did to a degree, because when I was young I had dirt bikes, but you know, I never really took them on the road. And by the way, if you're wondering, I'm feeling a lot better from my cold, but I'm still sniffing. But you know, I sniff anyway, and I explained that a few videos back. That had to do with the Red Rover incident. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch one of my earlier videos. But the bike, I mean, it's one of the it's the only possession I have that gives me any kind of therapy. It's incredibly therapeutic, and I never would have known until I got one. But it's probably the best purchase, you know, monetarily purchased item best purchase I've ever made. It's completely therapeutic. I get on this thing, I get out on the road, and I can just forget about things. And I can smell all the different smells. I can feel the air. I can feel the temperature of the air change depending on where I'm riding. And that's something you don't know. It's something that you don't even know about when you're in a car. So it's been so helpful for me. And you know, any of you who watch who also ride, I think you understand. Well, at least I hope you do. I hope you get the same thing from yours that I get from mine. I think my Velcro thingy came unvelcroed. Looks like it. That's fine. I'll fix it. I mean, sometimes I get out here and I can't even think of anything to say, because I'm just so happy to be, you know, out here with the rubber side down and just enjoying life as it comes at me. But surely we could find something to talk about. There's the moon, right there. But there is something I want to talk about. I want to talk about these this leather gear I picked up, and the company that makes it. The company that makes this jacket and pants that I'm wearing is a company called Fieldsheer. And I had never heard of them until about a month ago. Never heard of them. And I spent a lot of time looking at their stuff on their website, and they don't really have a gigantic selection of items that they sell. It's kind of a small selection. of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd really been looking for leather. And for a dork like me, you know, I've got to do everything I can to try to look cool, because it's usually impossible. Honestly, it's usually impossible for me to look cool. I grew a beard thinking that would help. And then I read this meme that said people with beards are simply people without beards with beards. And that really made me feel special. It's true. So, I couldn't even grow a beard and be cool. You know. So anyway, this leather. You know, so I called them. And I talked to this guy. And I think his name was Ryan. I don't remember now. And I apologize, possibly Ryan, if you're not Ryan. But I talked to somebody there, and he was really nice, really helpful. And he really helped. Because if you're a motorcyclist and you're looking for, and you're like, you know, an adventure biker, or sport biker, sport touring, whatever, and you're looking for leather, I mean, let's face it, there's only 2 or 3 brands out there that you're really paying attention to. You know, there's Alpine Stars, whatever, Alpine Stars. There's Dainese, you know. There's Revit, there's Joe Rocket, and you know, there's a few more. But those are the 2 or 3 or 4, because I lost count already, that you're seeing the most of, and you're looking at the most, because they've really got a lot of products, and they're really out there on every site. This that I'm wearing, I have not seen on any site, anywhere, except on Fieldsheer's own website. I may have seen them on Amazon, but that's not a, you know, dedicated motorcycle reseller. So, I mean, if you really want to buy this stuff, go to Fieldsheer's website, because that's where it is. So you're looking at Dainese, you're looking at Alpine Stars, which are Italian. You're looking at Revit. I don't know where Revit's made, and they're so expensive. They are so expensive. Dainese even more so than Alpine Stars. Now, clearly, they're well made. They're flashy because they've got their little their name and their icons all over their stuff. You know, Dainese has the devil icon on the front, right on the front. Alpine Stars has their A-star icon right on the chest. You know, you can't miss it on a lot of their products. And they say Alpine Stars all over them. They say Dainese all over them. You know. And I was considering, you know, plunking down some serious cash and getting some of those. But then I found this, and I called them, and I said, listen, and I told the guy, just be honest with me. You know, just one rider to another. You know, what is the quality like of your leather products? And he said, it's as good, if not better, than anything Alpine Stars makes, anything Dainese makes, or anything that anybody makes. He said he would put it right up there with them any day of the week. Of course, now, granted, he's an employee. I took that under consideration. You know, I had to. But, you know, I decided to, you know, go out on a limb, take his word for it. So I went back to the website and I ordered jacket and pants. And a few days later, I got them. And I just want to say, the quality, he was right on the money. The quality is as good, if not better, than anything else I've seen by any other manufacturer. No joke. And nobody's paying little old me. I'm a nobody. And you guys know that. I'm a nobody. I'm just a guy who loves to ride and loves sci-fi and dorky, stupid, nerdy stuff. That's me. And I'm telling you right now, this jacket is phenomenally well put together, well designed. The leather is thick. You can see it says Fieldsheer right here. It's embossed, but it's subtle, and that's all there is. You know, the shoulders have hard plastic and rubber armor on them. They've got the Fieldsheer logo on them, and then that's it. I think there might be a small logo on the back, but it's very subtle. It's the same color as the leather. It's just embossed in the leather. Now, the pants, very comfortable. You know, lots of stretch material where you need it. I sound like a commercial. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a commercial. I'm just telling you because I'm very excited about these products. They are a little less subtle because they've got these white stripes with Fieldsheer in black and white on the sides. But other than that, they got big, strong armor in the knees. You know, lots of padding where you need it on the sides of your thighs and on you know, the back. 360-degree zipper on the pants and the jacket, so you can turn it into a veritable one-piece racing suit if you want to. You know, it's just, I mean, storage. There's a thermal liner that comes with the jacket, which it was difficult for me to even find a leather jacket by any other manufacturer that also came with a thermal liner. I liked that because I ride year round. So, I mean, and of course it's unvelcroed my Velcro. It's just, and there's spots on the knees where you can put sliders. They sell sliders if you're that kind of rider, which I'm not that crazy. But you can put sliders on these pants. You know. Yeah. Anyway, Fieldsheer, if you're out there, love this product. Love it. And I'm recommending it to all 18 of my subscribers. If that means anything. I cannot say enough good words about this product. It's so good. It's so good. So you did well. Now, the guy I talked to on the phone said they've been in business since, I think, the 80s. And like I said, I had never heard of them until about a month ago. So, Fieldsheer, do more work to get your name out there. Come on. I think people will love your products. I do. And I'm going to tell everybody about them. I'll recommend you everywhere I go. Everywhere. I'll put a link to your website on my page. And I'll put a link to each thing I bought from you on there just as well. Because your products are good. They're very good. So that's enough plugging. Quite enough plugging for today. I need to fix that. I keep saying that. Oh. Got to get some work done on this thing. It's about time. Need to do that. It's much better having the sun behind me. Kind of smoky here. Something's on fire. Somebody's burning something. Yeah, these boots, these roar boots are really breaking in very well now. I like it. I like it a lot. So I was talking with a friend of mine about I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, because he's from England and his name's Paul, and he's very sweary. Paul's very sweary, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of a sweary guy too. But I made a conscious decision to not swear or curse, or if you're from Kentucky, cuss in my videos. You know, just in case anybody young was watching. But Paul's very sweary, and one day I sent him a YouTube link to the scene from A Fish Called Wanda where Otto just kind of launches into John Cleese's character, Archie Leach, and you know, says all those things about him, which is hilarious. I mean, that movie is easily a top 10 movie for me. Easily top 10. I can watch it over and over again. Really could. It's just wonderful. And there's so, and he and I were talking, there's so many, there's so much that's quotable. So many wonderful quotes in that movie. Many of which I shall not repeat here. But, I mean, I think the movie came out in 85. I'm thinking 85, and I've loved it. Because back in 85, I was 14, and I was already, at that age, a huge Monty Python fan. One of my dearest friends got me hooked on Monty Python, and no wait, I got her hooked on Monty Python. See, I'm already forgetting everything. I got her hooked on Monty Python. Who hooked me on Monty Python? I can't remember. You know what? It doesn't matter. I was already a huge fan of Monty Python at that time. And when I found out that there was a movie coming out with John Cleese and Michael Palin, you know, from Monty Python, well, there was no way I was not going to watch that movie. No way. And it's fantastic. I'm telling you, if you are out there and you have not watched that movie, please do yourself a favor and watch it. It's delightful. I promise you'll like it. And if you watch it and you don't like it, well, I'm not going to do anything for you because that's on you. Hey, look. Horses. There are horses here. Yeah, but I gotta get the bike work done because I'm really wanting to take it on a trip somewhere. And I don't even know where. I just really want to get on it and ride somewhere and stay a night or two. And wherever I go, while I'm there, explore some on it. Because that's the best part of having a motorcycle. You know, going somewhere you've never been and enjoying the countryside, enjoying the sights in a way that you just cannot in an automobile. I haven't figured out where though. I thought I was going to ride it to Boston back in 2015, which was just a few miles under 1,000 miles. And then at the last minute, I didn't. I chose to drive because I was having trouble finding a tire for the bike. And my rear tire is the one I needed to replace. And the one that was on my bike was very low tread. And didn't want to risk riding the thing to all that way to Boston on that tire. So I didn't. And I'm kind of, if you want to be honest, kind of glad I didn't, because I'm not sure if I could have handled at that time a 1,000-mile trip on the bike. Now, I'm not saying I'll never do it, because I might someday. I might do that someday. Who knows? We are getting close to a place called Broadhead, and let me tell you a little something about Broadhead. They just legalized alcohol. Some of you, I don't know where you're watching from, but some of you may be surprised to know that there are places in America where you cannot buy alcohol. These are called dry areas. Some areas you can only buy drinks in a restaurant if that restaurant serves a certain number of people. They call those areas moist. Yes, that's true. They call them moist. But many communities and towns and counties in this area of Kentucky are dry. You cannot legally buy alcohol. I know it seems ridiculous. That's because it is. But this tiny little town, and it's so tiny. I'm getting ready to drive through it, and I'll show you. I'll show you how tiny it is. They just legalized alcohol. They just became wet. Not moist, I think. I think wet. Well, I may drive through it. They've changed the roads, and it's been so long since I've been in Broadhead. Since they changed the roads and widened out the roads, I may not even know how to get into Broadhead anymore. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Okay, so how do I get there? Oh, I think I go that way. Oops. Yeah, never mind. It's really small though, trust me. It's so small. But they just legalized alcohol sales. That's crazy. my hometown has voted, and they voted against it. Oh wait, here we go. We're gonna go. I just hit my horn, by the way, just in case you're wondering, because you all know I'm a dork. I think I can get there this way. It's been so long. So we're just coming into Broadhead just now. All of this that you're seeing, all of this land, and we shall call it this land. It's yeah, it's Broadhead. They are wet now, and I imagine they're quite happy. I don't know when it goes into effect. Maybe January 1st. I don't know. We're going to go right through the middle of Broadhead. I mean, we kind of are now. Kind of. This is downtown Broadhead. Wet. They're wet. Yep, and now we're out. We're out of Broadhead. Wonder if I can still go all the way to Crab Orchard on back roads. It literally has been so long. I don't even know anymore. Let's try. Let's see where we go. Sun's going down. Sun's getting real low, big guy. This road's still wet. I don't like that. I just washed my bike. Yeah, but you know, they had a vote in my hometown. They voted dry. Voted against the proposition. No, I guess I can't. I guess maybe I can't take back roads anymore. It makes me sad. I guess that's it right there. Used to be it. Oh well. No worries. I mean, this road is as good as any. Anyway. I mean, here's the thing. There are so many communities around here where alcohol sales are legal, and it's not like anymore preventing the sale of alcohol does anything good. Because anybody who wants to drink is either going to go to a town or a county where they can buy it, or they're going to go to a you know, a bootlegger. You know, they're going to go somewhere where they can get alcohol. You know, there's just no two ways about it. They're going to do that. So, and you know, having alcohol sales increases taxes. You know, you're going to get more tax revenue. You're also going to open up the possibility of maybe, depending on the size of your community, bigger, better restaurants, you know, which draws people to your town, which in turn creates more revenue and maybe makes your community look more livable to people, because people like to drink. Anyway, you know, that's just how it looks to me. I could be wrong. If you think I'm wrong, tell me. I will listen to your opinion. Or if you think I'm right, tell me. I'll listen to you, you know, one way or the other. We can have a dialogue. I like dialogues. Except in Rush's song La Villa Strangiato and Exercise in Self-Indulgence. There's no dialogue in that song, and it's just fine like that. Trust me, it's just fine like that. Yeah, this road used to be very curvy. It's very straight now. Part of me is happy about that. Part of me is not. You know. Sun's going down, and I can already feel it start to get a little bit colder. Still don't need this liner, though. I still could have done without the liner. If we have another day where it's in the 50s, I'll probably take it out. I mean, this cold weather, it came in here before we even lost all of our leaves. We didn't even really have a fall. We had a fall for like 3 weeks, I think. Uh-oh. I think you guys are getting ready to see what happens when you run out of gas. I'm running out of gas. Let's pull her over. And switch to our reserve. There we go. And we just do this little thingy right here. It goes right back just like that. And then turn that on, push this little button, and we're back in business. Oh yeah, and I do this too, because that one keeps track of my reserve. And while I'm stopped, I'm going to fix this. There we go. let's get back out on the road. I think I'm going to make one more stop and then that'll be it for this video. Because I know I've talked about a whole bunch of stuff that nobody really wanted to listen to. Sorry guys. Stream of consciousness. But we're getting ready to pass another town right here, Crab Orchard. They also had a wet dry vote, and they voted dry. And I'm not even sure if there were even 1,000 votes. There may have been, I can't remember, but there weren't, and there weren't even a lot of votes. It's a small community, you know. But even, you know, even so, they voted dry. And again, it's just not something I understand, because it seems to me like it would just be better. Again, if you disagree with me, that's okay. Tell me why. There are comments. There's a comment section. Tell me why you disagree, and we can have a discussion about it. You know, maybe I will change my view. Maybe you will change your view. Maybe neither one of us will, and that's okay too. Nothing wrong with that. Right now, I'm just enjoying the ride, and I hope you are too. I really do. But you know, the reason I wanted leather is because, to be honest, the only thing safer than wearing leather is not riding at all. If you're going to ride, leather like this with all the built-in armor, because there's you know, some padding in the back, there's you know, armor on the shoulders, there's armor in the elbows and up my forearms. There's a lot of padding in the front. You know, like I said, there's big knee armor in the pants, lots of padding everywhere you would need it at impact points. And I mean, the truth is, dress for the slide, not for the ride. You know, you should be prepared. You really should be prepared. And I can promise you, I enjoy this ride just as much dressed like this as I would not. It's just as enjoyable. Do I go that way? Yeah. Meant to go that way. That's fine. I suck. I can't even remember where I am. That's where I wanted to go. The lake. And that lake has not always been there. They when they built this road, of course, they built this reservoir here, and they dammed up a stream, and it goes back that way, I think 2 or 3 miles. Cedar Creek Lake. It's a beautiful lake, lots of fish. You want to get your boat out? Come on down, it's a great lake. I don't understand why nobody is developing the area around it and putting like a resort or cabins or, you know, campsites or anything like that. I would think there would be. But the lake's been there for now, I think, at least 10 years, maybe longer. And still nobody's really developed it around it. It's odd. But the sun's going down and I'm heading home. So I'm going to say adios. And I'll have another video the next time it's warm. The next time it's warmer, or warm enough to get out of here with without, again, my soft, dainty little fingers getting too cold. Right now, I feel perfectly fine. But, yeah. See you guys.